all year to be an all-star, and you get to play up to 40, and then you're done.
Shut up, bitch!
Back with another video. We gotta keep it an absolute 100 when it comes to the NBA All-Star Game was an absolute abysmal, critical media nightmare, and that comes over in the course of generational pessimism from basketball media, lack of effort from the players, and this standalone method of just monetization that's used. And I understand All-Star Game has its merit. NBA players at least have a week of rest. That's a positive. They get more media coverage to do more promotion if you're an athlete, get more involved over with the media, and it's time to, and for the players that are probably not all-stars, they get a rest over a long echelon of the season where they're gonna play more important basketball, or players that are just trying to at least rest up so they can get back to 100%. So that's the importance here. But what the All-Star Game is really lacking is, of course, competitiveness. NHL's been getting wildly positive reception over their All-Star weekend when it came over to the four big nation tournament that they had around the All-Star break. Instead of East versus West, or last time I think they did the same thing where it was a vote pick-up hockey game. You get that I didn't mind the concept of, but it gets tiresome when you know the players that they're going to pick. But sometimes you like it because of the drama that gets involved. But sometimes it has its breaking points when it comes to the lack of entertainment that goes into it. But I would really like if they put Canada, France, that are two big basketball motifs, that has issued a lot of diverse talent, possibly Australia, and the United States, or you can push them as the rest of the world with international superstars that probably don't have that much representation around the league, but you can conjoin them together as a wild card system to have them fight in a mini tournament to make this nationally focused. I like that conceptualized. Shout out to Legend Winning. He brought that up as a conceptual concept. But man, the talent pool internationally, knowing this is more for the pride of country. I didn't even know OG Anunoby had British background over all of this. Then you got Australia, that's always had a long allegiance with history in the NBA when it comes to Dyson Daniels, Josh Green, Joe Ingles, Kyrie Irving, that has Australian heritage, I think backing from his father. Patty Mills, that's a veteran. Matthias Thybulle. Sometimes Ben Simmons, when you keep forgetting that he's an NBA player. Or France, that has a 7'4"-ish Victor Wembanyama, that's been getting headlines before he even got drafted. Nicholas Batum, Sidney Sissoko, Bilal Coulibaly, Rudy Gobert, multi-time Defensive Player of the Year, Alexander Sarr, Gershon Yabusele, that won silver medal back in the Olympics. You got the Olympic USA team that you can obviously stuff in there. And the rest of the world, possibly. Canada also, that has MVP candidates like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Dylan Brooks, Kelly Olynyk. I feel strive over competitiveness and fun factor that goes into basketball has been severely missed for just downtime, monetization. I've seen more viewership coming from the content creators than the basketball players, the draw of the show. And then you have any time that the NBA tries to develop change or try to adapt what the audience wants, they bitch about it. Without any shadow of the doubt. The Warriors were dominating on the 3-ball. Now anybody can shoot over the 3-ball. They hate that. You try to get your big to do more than just sit over in the post, can't balance the boards, and now any other size can play the 5. Guess what? Now they want you to be a real big now. And then we have Kevin Hart pretending that he's an actual comic. The nigga ain't funny. I'm sorry. That's my opinion. I've heard funny. I know people that are funny and try to be funny. It's not Kevin Hart. He seems like a good guy. He is an entertaining figure. I've heard about him for years. I've never found him genuinely funny. He's just a mini Fluffy Nigga just has good media presence. That's why he gets so much connection to still somehow steal the time out of what could have been over for the players. That shouldn't have been a goddamn 40-point game. That should have been at least up to 100 or 50 or 90. Something to at least put something on your put something on the toes and give more opportunities to players. By the way, why do we have a young team concepts for all NBA players when Brunson's literally in the prime of his career right now? That made zero sense to me. But it was nice to see at least the rising stars get their shine, and it shows like the veterans still show defensive input. I feel like the Team Chuck versus Team Shaq game was a bit underwhelming, but got entertaining the final third around the contest. But I thought it was a somewhat more improved format because it actually gave something for the players to strive for when it comes to pride, and that's why people wanted the 1v1s. That's always been a conversational pattern. We went back to the regular 3-point contest. Mac McClung, a G Leaguer that barely has any opportunities to play in an NBA team full time, has won 3 dunk contests in his career as a basketball player. First of all, astounding achievement for himself. He gets the highlights when the NBA needs it. Jumped over a car with a brilliant double pump. I think he hit the rim and dunked it. I think I've seen that before by a player. I think that was either Aaron Gordon or somebody else that did an outstanding dunk like that. Mac McClung always got a nice bag, and people try to devalue it, even though we've seen Blake Griffin dunk over a car before. And then they try to devalue the guy and shit on the dude all because he's not an all NBA talent. You don't see all NBA players even try to progress, and then when you see you guys ask for non-NBA players to even get opportunities because you want to see influencers or dunkers outside to build over media presence with the NBA because the NBA players don't even want to promote their own product. NBA media members don't want to promote their own product. You have legends shitting on your own product. The NBA wants the NBA to fail. That's the sad part about this. And Adam Silver just got to hold it over and see whatever makes him happy so he can hear the echo chamber shutting the fuck up when it comes to negative criticism. How is Drewski and Kai Cenat having more attention than Kevin Durant, Stephen Curry, and I gotta hear about Bol Bol? I'm sorry, he's been in the NBA for 7 years. That nigga ain't shit to even get minutes over Drew Eubanks, and now you're telling me that, I want Bol Bol versus Wembanyama. Why? The only fact about them is they're both black and 7'3". What else about them other than Wembanyama has obviously cleared him and below a rookie contract when it comes to potential? And an all-star appearance. And stop trying to milk over Anthony Edwards. He's a great two guard, but he's not a option A guy to be progressively more improving to a team yet, and he's barely even 25 yet. Bro only made 1 conference finals, and we're always trying to force over an agenda so we can just push over rose-colored glasses without trying to enjoy into the moment. I don't mind people pushing their input and constructive criticism when it comes to progressing over a league, but if you're doing that and just burying the product without saying that it's a work in progress, and then the guys that you have working under the umbrella not even trying to give it a chance, what's even the point of even supporting it? And then you get that consumerist negativity that even has people that made standalone content for the NBA completely zone out. Stop it. It's embarrassing. It ruins the product, and it makes you don't even want to feel like All-Star Weekend should be a thing when it should be. We should be wanting to see in the middle of the season where we see the best players in the world play for only one night. Have some fun activities in the meanwhile, having fans be there in one setting to actually enjoy the moment. That should be a thing. Enjoying moments like that should be your money's worth. And then you come over with Draymond Green, that yes, he dropped some gems. I do feel like it shouldn't be 2-year rookies that you don't even know won't even last the rookie contract, getting opportunity against tenured pros that are supposed to be the standard of NBA All NBA talent, playing with them, but they actually push the envelope when it comes to effort in a game where they half-ass, and when the fans know that they don't give a shit, why would they give a shit? That should be the question you should be asking, Draymond. You are trying to be the support of something that you actually hate when it comes to your opinions striving on the regression for the league. With your own dumbass echo chamber with that goddamn podcast. Shut the hell up. Oh God, bro. We got players that can do stuff 10 years, 15 years ago would be considerably a conversation piece. Would be unthinkable when it comes to play styles in the NBA, and we shit on it. Somehow nobody wants to see guys shoot from 30 foot anymore. Athleticism out of this world. Play style that just comes beyond shooting around the just around the perimeter now, and holding a team down to 90 points shouldn't be good enough. And then you guys want to bury it when it comes to any part of the evolution evolving. You just stay over in a box and then you don't consider change. So you guys just support regression. That's what the NBA does. We don't talk about that when it comes to NFL talent. We go into continuous urge to change the medium of baseball when it comes to now Shohei Ohtani and new baseball players in the mix. Now everybody cares. The evolution of many sports care. And it comes to change, hockey becomes the most open to it. And then you see people give it a positive reception, seeing their players from their countries, giving it their all for one night, having fun, killing it, and showing that there is something great outside of this country that makes this a sport worth watching. And then you have the xenophobic, bullshit, regressive basketball media shitting on it. It's embarrassing. That's why sometimes it's difficult to even try to conversate with people when it comes to players, because they don't fit their criteria, like your materialistic, narrow-minded girl that doesn't even know why she's single yet. That's how it feels talking to a person part of the basketball media. Oh, I just prefer them 6 foot, possibly with a job. Obviously, I feel like if they also into stars, that, like, oh my God, if he was a Gemini, I would absolutely get what, like, that's how it feels like when it comes to conversation around the sports media. It stinks. Hopefully the NBA probably like revamps the skill challenge, tries to do more to try to mix the WNBA to intervene to make this more funner, because Caitlin Clark declined on doing a 3-point contest with Stephen Curry, and Klay Thompson did not get into a challenge with Stephen Curry in the 3-point contest. That would be somewhat more considerably like more entertainment, but I can understand why Caitlin Clark would try to revise being the sideshow to promote over the NBA, while the WNBA is still a work in progress to promote. So that's understandable amongst itself. But when it comes to like NBA fans, NBA media, sports media in general needs to really look and find some moral high horse that they're on and try to drop the fuck back and actually look in the mirror and actually know what they want, because this is absolutely abysmal. I hope I don't have to hear this, or else you guys just don't want the All-Star game to exist anymore. And that's because of you. That's ridiculous. That's it for me over on the DST show. I wanted to go more. I really would like if they added a Four Nations tournament like the NHL All-Star game. Try to give more incentive nationally. Give more independent skills challenge. Try to revise and actually entertain the crowd with something that, fits over the narrative than fucking content creators overshadowing the athletes that put their bodies on the line for the sport and actually giving them money to produce than 48 minutes worth of advertising over a 3-hour show. I had to wait like over a halftime show. That the music wasn't bad, but it just felt like, where's the basketball? I saw Chuck I saw, like, they did like a whole show involving Vince Carter's fucking dunks from 25 years ago, my nigga. We are that desperate that we feel like our current products so ain't shit that we just push over that the TNT NBA crew and Vince Carter is just better than 3-time MVP Nikola Jokic, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, Stephen Curry, that's still an all-star, like 37 years old, Kevin Durant, Damian Lillard. Like, I'm not understanding the progress here. And if that's the semblance of monetization, just make the whole NBA season a fucking bye week around February. Call Black History Week. Niggas need the day off. Need the week off because we be working. Because this is just bullshit. That's it from me over on the DSC show. I understand I went over to a mini rant because I do want the All-Star game to be fun. I want it to be a very fun night. If you guys don't like how your team is doing, if you just wanted escapism, or you just wanted to see a great show involving the best talent, just for one goddamn night. That's it from me over on the DSC show. Like, comment, subscribe for more. That's it from me. Thank you for the results in the last video.